It's been a minute. It has been just a minute. What's on my shirt? Probably a booger or something. All right, here we go. Faith Duncan, welcome back. See, it's been just a minute, Faith, but you are here right on time. Just went on, and boom, there you are. Welcome, people. Good to see y'all. Good to see you all. How are we doing tonight? Unpopular opinion of the night. Ready? No, I'll save it for later. You're starting to get worried. I know, it's like, I was out of town. I was at a conference over the weekend. So my wife was gone first half of last week. Then I was gone at a conference the second half of last week. I'm like, how do I communicate with my people? But here we are. We're back. We are back. Is porn cheating? That's the question. The question of the day. It's always the question of the day around here. So, if you want to share your story or just share what's going on in your life, I'd be happy to have you. Come on here, go ahead and request in the box. We reached a compromise in that she approves / chooses I can enjoy. Oh, so your girlfriend's okay with your masturbating to other women now? And that's the compromise she made? Okay. All right. Let's see how that works for her. Good evening, Alan. Welcome, sir. Is porn cheating? That's the question. When I was 20, yes. Oh, when you were 20, what? DePink. When you were 20, it was cheating? And now it's not? Thanks, always love lives. Well, thanks for being here, Alan. My girl says it's not cheating. We good, fam. Okay. Hey, man, what's going on? Hello. Did you mean to request? Must have been an accident. Remember when that person was snoring on here the other night? That was fun. 20 years old. It made me feel bad and I hated it. Oh, you grew up. So you're saying you grew up and now it's not cheating. Brandy, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, bebop boop. What's going on?
Yeah, it's cheating. Especially
Okay.
like if you're married, I think it has a higher significance then. Because when you have this permanent relationship, that, or at least that you plan it to be permanent, looking at another woman, at least I assume in your case, with sexual desire and not going to her when you have that desire, that is somewhat cheating. I wouldn't say like divorce worthy, but it's a problem. It is a big old problem.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who watches porn?
I don't know if they watch porn or not. They better not let me find out.
Okay. But as long as you don't find out, it's okay?
They better not let me know. They should never show the signs. Make they should never make it obvious because that just shows that they care even less.
Okay. All right. What's up, Jade? All right. Well, thanks for sharing. All right. Not cheating better than sleeping with someone and being deceiving. I flat out ask the guys I'm with. Smart. Gary Sigler. Did you mean to go on here, Gary? Hello, what's going on? Gary. Gary, are you there? Earth to Gary. Okay. Tino,
Hi,
what's going
friend.
on? Hey, what's up?
Uh, there's a lot going on in my life.
Okay.
Um, I figured out how to work a home kit today. If you know what that means, then you know how frustrating that can be. No one, that's my joke. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So
Hold on. What? Like a home kit, like the Apple thing?
yeah, you gotta scan it by like the QR code.
It
And
is
so I was
frustrating, and sometimes it doesn't
like,
actually add. I got you, man.
watch this. Hey Siri. She doesn't even respond.
Hey
Like I
Siri,
gotta
turn off the lights. All right, man. Well, hey,
Listen,
is porn cheating?
a great question. So I pedantically think yes.
Pedantically. Why do people
However,
always say that word? I have to look it up every time I hear that word.
well, it means primarily a redundancy.
Hmm.
So to me, I think it's ethical, and I define that simply in just the moral grounding of there's nothing wrong with just pleasuring yourself. Let's be honest.
Okay. What do you mean by that? But masturbating?
Yeah.
Okay. But what about watching porn?
Mm. Are you touching your neighbor's wife when it comes to biblical context of morality?
What do you
You're not.
think?
No, you're not. You're simply not. Why would
Okay.
you be punished for it?
Well,
Let's put it like
where in the
yeah,
Bible are you pointing to?
uh, primarily the Ten Commandments.
Okay, well then in Matthew 5:27 and 28, Jesus says a man who even looks at a woman with lustful intent has committed adultery with her in his heart.
Regardless of that, primarily the Ten Commandments are on the basis of the Old Testament, and the Old Testament really defines justice. So if you were to go against that, primarily of uh, the stone tablet, it would be primarily definitive on thou shall not covenant on thy neighbor's wife. And I say that because that's defining lust. And so when it comes to defining lust, I'm more than glad for you to look up the definition, but I implore you to look up more of the root definition. And I don't think you will. I think a lot of people will look primarily at the Oxford definition, but I use Atomy Online primarily to be as concise as possible. So let's go by maybe defining lust.
Well,
And
okay,
then,
how would you define lust?
oh, that's a good question. Desire.
Okay. Okay, so do you think that watching pornography is lustful?
I think when it comes to me looking at like my crush, don't judge me, chat, is Zendaya, and I've lusted for Zendaya for a while.
Wait, what is
However,
that? What is that? What are you saying?
well, lust comes and goes, but when it comes to like what motivates me to want to do better, for
Zendaya,
me,
is that a person?
yeah, that's a person. Is she? You don't know Zendaya?
No, no, I don't. But I googled it. Okay, now I know. Okay, it's an actress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So, anyways, sorry, I'm a little sick right now. But anyways, Zendaya is someone that I can lust for. She is like a woman that, let's just say, she's my high school crush. I can desire for her. However, when it comes to maybe my ambition of getting a Bugatti Chiron, it's going to be completely different. It's like how some people completely have a desire for Louis Vuitton, and then some people have a desire for maybe Margot Robbie, but then one desire will always be more short lived, and it won't be as fulfilling in Dai's life to actually pursue that desire. So I have more desire to chase a handbag than I would for someone that could be a temporary and a very fleeting fulfillment of lust
all right.
and
I got to ask
desire.
you a question.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I am a college student. I study quantum mechanics at Harvard University.
Oh my gosh!
I'm a nerd. I don't know what else to say.
No, 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 no. Okay, listen, man. I love that because I'm like this guy's smart. Like
Thank you.
you're smart. You're very intelligent. You're very insightful. Of course, you study quantum mechanics at Harvard University.
Well, quantum computing, it's not the same.
Okay, quantum
But
computing.
I,
Sorry.
I like philosophy, bro. I like philosophy. You
Yeah.
know, and I recommend Immanuel Kant. He's a great philosopher, but that's another level. I'm not even gonna talk about him. But thank you.
I feel so unqualified to even talk to you now.
No, don't. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. Don't let my accreditations fool you because, like, to be honest with you, I love to be humbled, and
Yeah.
I come on TikTok live for conversation. So
Yeah, no.
I look for stimulation. So why do you think it's cheating?
Well, here's just the simple layman explanation for that is if you've committed to somebody else, if you've made a commitment to monogamy in particular, something that says, I love you, only you, with my mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you go against that commitment that you made, that would by definition be a betrayal and therefore be cheating, going against the agreement that you made.
Well, interesting. Yeah, I can't argue against that. I simply can't because this is an agreement. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. If we're talking on the agreement of marriage, then yes, I would agree on that merit.
Yeah, and even marriage is the strongest example of that commitment because it's explicit, right? But most non-marriage relationships would have at minimum an implied commitment. It may not be explicit, but it's implicit for a monogamous standard, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
I can't disagree with that. So I guess I'm not an op after all. If you're going to define it on the basis of marriage, then I would 100% agree with that viewpoint.
yeah. Okay. What level of education are you studying right now?
Masters.
Okay. Where'd you do your undergrad?
Southern Methodist.
Okay.
I did computer science, so I'm transitioning slowly.
Got it. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I just want to make the world a better place.
How are you going to do that? These Harvard kids trying to change the world.
Well, stop. Some of them just want to make money, and a lot of them come from old money, and they're just there just to be there for connections, primarily through shared prosperity. So I view a future that the 1% can actually give back to the 99%. And so not to self-promote, but link in bio. But I believe in social responsibility, and that's just something that I've always promoted and recommended to my own extent. For example, Amazon, pandemic, a lot of money, and the employees got screwed over the most. And I believe that we should actually care about the employees while the companies are still able to profit. So I'm more of a libertarian than more of a right winger, let's just say.
Yeah, got it. Cool, man. Well, you'll probably change the world. I love that.
Oh no, I will. Definitively. Yeah, you gotta have confidence.
Those Harvard students are very confident as well.
No, everyone should be confident, and that's what I'm preaching. Sure. Your perception is your reality, so don't tell yourself otherwise. Otherwise, then why would I believe in you if you don't believe in yourself?
Yeah, man. No, that's great. Do you watch porn?
I do. Yeah, I do. I can't lie. Yeah, I do.
Okay. What's the response? Why did you respond like that?
Because I think there's a sense of shame in it.
Why?
Because it's just not common language to address your desires like that very commonly. No.
All right. So, you don't have to answer any questions. Obviously, you already know that. But if we look at pornography as the objectification of other people, right? Particularly for sexual pleasure, would you agree that porn objectifies people? You're engaging in pornography as the objectification of another person.
I think that classification is respective to me identifying another individual as a woman or a man. So for me to identify pornography to be something that's like satisfactory, it would be the same classification simply as the definition of classification in itself to define someone to be a human versus something that is like mental stimuli. I think they are synonymous.
Got it. Okay. So philosophical. I love it.
I'm sorry.
No. It's great. I love philosophy. I love it. We'll just say I talk to a lot of people on TikTok, and most of them probably haven't even touched an Ivy League type of education before. I'm making a judgment statement there. I could be wrong. But.
There's a lot of people at Ivies, and we shouldn't necessarily look to them as the pinnacle of intelligence.
I've met a lot of idiots. I've met a lot of idiots from Ivy League schools as well. That's for sure.
Right. But I mean, none of them have theories of perception that are being approved by directors like I have been. And so I think it's bigger than Einstein's theory of relativity. However, I would state that I think like a conversation should always be met as conversation, and not based off of someone's merit, but based off of the quality of the conversation in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, man,
That's why I like this conversation, bro. You asked me questions. I like that.
I
I like
like it.
it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the conversation, man. What's your name?
You know.
Gino? Cool. I'm Austin. Nice to meet you. I give you a follow.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the stimulation tonight. I hope you have a good night.
All right, man. You too. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Freaking quantum mathematics at Harvard. Tino, nice chatting with you, man. What's up, California Mary? Oh, that was great. Yeah, Brandy. I mean, jeez. Whew. He just smelled smart. I have trauma from this as a partner. Any help? Yes. Get some help. You can schedule a call with me, link in my bio. You can join one of my betrayal trauma support groups, link in my bio. I'd recommend the book, The Betrayal Bind. Get some help. What do you want to be different in your life, Gen Z? Victoria, hi there. What's going on?
Hi.
What's up?
I think that definitely porn being a contemplation of if you're cheating or not with porn is really between you and your partner. I mean, I'm married and we both agree that we're cool with each other watching porn, but we've also been involved in other type of relationships within our relationship or explored different
So you're
types of
not
things within
you're not in a
so
monogamous relationship?
I wouldn't say we're not in a monogamous relationship, but we entertain the idea of other parties being involved and have spoken about it or dabbled.
So you're not in a monogamous relationship?
That's just rough because it's like yes and no. Like we are
Well,
always
well, well,
constantly communicating.
no, hold on. I don't care if you are or aren't. But you just described a monogamous or a non-monogamous relationship.
Non-monogamous, sure, correct.
Yeah.
Right now we're in a monogamous relationship, but previously have we dabbled? Yeah.
So you used to be polyamorous, and you guys have chosen to
We
no
never
longer.
put a label. Sorry. We never put a label on anything, but we have dabbled in having experiences or like play dates with other people.
Right. So that's polyamory. So you guys used to
Yeah.
be polyamorous, but now you're not.
It was ongoing. So like we just check in with each other wherever we're at. And currently right now we're not going on any play dates or anything like that. But yeah.
But you might in the future.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So you're polyamorous.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So of course, porn wouldn't be a problem for you guys because you're not in a monogamous relationship.
I mean, the question is porn cheating? I mean, it's not, are you saying, is porn only cheating if you're married or only in a non-poly relationship?
Brandy, don't let her ruin that word for you. No, I think it comes down to the agreement. Your agreement in your relationship is not a standard of monogamy. So therefore, porn wouldn't
Even
be
before
cheating.
we were, entertaining the idea of other people in our relationships, we were still okay with watching porn.
But you're in a non-monogamous relationship.
This was before that. That's what I'm saying. When we were first married, we still were okay with each other watching porn
Got it.
and
Okay.
or
How long
watching it
have you
together.
been married?
6 years.
Okay. How long until you started having play dates?
6 years.
So you just started having play dates?
About 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. Why the change?
We're both more open to, we're both very sexual people and have friends who are sexual people, and we're
What does that
interested
mean
in
to
exploring
be
that.
What does it mean to be sexual people?
Maybe more turned on or more into sex than the general person, or seek it.
I'm going to read a paragraph from this book. To be a man, which talks about eroticizing our fantasies. Paul assumes he's very sexual because he has sex or masturbates 2 or 3 times a day. He is chronically anxious and edgy, often feeling saturated or overloaded with fear and anger. Rather than working with this, he channels his surplus emotional excitation into his sexuality, finding considerable energetic release through doing so, using his ejaculatory capacity as a kind of discharge valve for his unwanted emotional energies. In this, he is reducing his sexual partner to little more than an outhouse for the energies of his anger and anxiety. He is, in short, eroticizing his need to rid himself of his emotional tension, while viewing himself, perhaps with pride, as having a very strong sexual drive or being very sexual. That just came to mind. I just read that chapter today. A lot of people, I think, say that they're very sexual, but really it's eroticism being perverted. Anyways, thank you for sharing, Victoria.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Very much not, Ruby. All right, give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. If you like my content, also I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and other unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women who are dealing with partner betrayal trauma, the trauma that ensues after the discovery of a partner betraying them. Hello, Cowboy Bunny Beep. If you want to join one of my support groups, either for men or women, go to link in my bio. It's $99 a month. We meet for an hour and 15 minutes weekly on Zoom. And it's the best place on the internet, in my opinion, to heal and be in community with one another. You can schedule a call with me if you want more info on that before you join. But just join the groups. They're great. All right, Garrett D. Who's your mod? I don't have a mod in here right now. I don't think so. You are, Brandy. Why, do you need to mod someone? I'm doing well. I was a little MIA this weekend. I was at a conference for a few days. Samuel. Do I need to ban Samuel? Any else ever? What is he saying? Oh, yeah, that's pretty. This has been helping me keep doing shit. Oh, thank you. What a transition from Harvard to community college. Oh, that was brilliant. Great comment there, Indigenous Eyeballs. Thank you for that. Community college. Hey there, what's going on?
Yo,
Yo, what's up?
it's my first time here, but so I've been trying. I don't. Me and my girl, like, we've been together for like almost 3 years now, and then I guess when I be in the mood, she kind of doesn't want to. I'm not saying she don't want to, but she's not in the mood. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know I gotta, like, how do I say it? I guess respect that. But I mean, I used to watch porn a lot. So, like, I kind of like relapsed. And yeah, I mean, I do think it's cheating, but to an extent, you know what I'm saying?
To what extent is it cheating?
I mean, I'm not fucking on no one, you know?
Okay. So at what point does cheating become cheating?
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, I do understand it is cheating. But I mean, how would it, I know,
Once you
how do I
start
say,
thinking about it, it's real hard to keep that logical consistency, isn't it?
yeah, man, you gotta, like, do something else, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I just lost questions right now.
All right. So when your girlfriend is not in the mood, what else could you do?
I mean, I work full time. I take care of the house and stuff, and she just be on the game. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like I'm the
What does that
one
mean?
just
On the game?
like, she plays the PlayStation a lot. You know, she's on on the game.
Oh, okay.
So I do everything. I work full time, and I take care of the house, rent, car note. I mean, I spoiled her and shit. And then sometimes I just want I do everything for her. You can't just do this one thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have kids?
Nah, no kids.
Does she work?
Nah.
How how many hours a day is she on the game?
Uh, like long ass time, like eight,
Oh, wow.
eight.
Usually these
Yeah,
conversations are reversed. The woman is saying they do all these things, and he's on the game. Is she there? Did I hear her in the background? Let's get her on here.
yeah. She no, no, no. She on the game.
She's on
I'm
the
not gonna
game.
lie to you. Yeah, she called me earlier, bro. So I just got caught into this algorithm and shit. I mean, I tried to stop, bro. Like watching, listening to the Bible and shit, but sometimes I just feel like, what I mean, that's our type of intimacy.
What game does she play?
Fortnite.
Okay. Fortnite for 8 or so hours a day, no job, no kids. That's all she does. And she's still bossing you around.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a good question.
Why are you allowing for that?
I guess I just feel bad for her. She came from a bad home and stuff, and then I have all this to provide for her, and I really don't want her to go back.
What do you want to be
So
different in your life?
shit, just I need someone that help me out. You know what I'm saying? Like work, and then like help me around the house. If I don't do anything right here, bro, like she it's not gonna be done by her.
Okay, like what's one thing that you're wanting help with?
I mean, if I don't do the dishes, no one's gonna do the dishes. If I don't clean the bathroom, she ain't gonna clean that shit. Like honestly, like I'm basically doing both parts.
How's that working for you?
I mean, it's a little exhausting sometimes. Not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to pick up the slack, cause like at the end of the day, if no one's gonna do shit for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like at this point I don't expect her to fucking do it for me because like she's caught me watching porn, bro. So like I just feel like she has that mentality to like not do shit for me.
I'll get there, Brandy. Uh, does she hold that over your head? Like because you
Um,
watch porn, she doesn't have to do anything?
you would she does. She seems like, "Well, what the fuck you doing? You're jerking off," or you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I was clean for like a good month. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was reading the Bible and stuff, and I guess I fell off. I wasn't consistent. I know that lust takes you away from God. That's what Satan wants. So I need to be back on track and repent my sins.
Sure.
That's
And Satan can use tools like video games to waste somebody's life away. I've been there. I used
yeah.
to play video games for like 10 hours a day when I was in high school.
Yeah, I was the one gaming a lot at first, but now she's the one doing a lot of the gaming. I had a good job in the beginning, but recently I got fired from there, so I was jobless for like a month. Now I'm back working.
Hmm.
So I used to be gone for 4 hours a day, but now I'm gone 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What are you wanting to tell her?
I mean, like just to work things out, like I want like a partner that could be long term, and apparently she be saying that, but you know, sometimes it's hard to believe. Like like she texted me, "Oh, I washed like two dishes." Like okay, cool. You couldn't, finish the whole sink, but at the same time, it's like I told you, she was raised from a bad home. Parents didn't give a fuck about her. Her mama was a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put her back in that bad house.
Yeah, and I got it, man, and that's really sad. Very very unfortunate circumstance. It sounds like that she came from.
Yeah, man. Shit. I don't know what else to say.
What's your background?
Um, well, I've been trying to go back to school. I was gonna enlist, but I kind of want to like at the same time I don't want her to go back to her mom's. So I just took that out of the equation. They don't even be like making that much anyways. At my old job, I was cracking like I was making good money, probably like 10, 8,000 a week. But now I don't make that type of cash.
That's great money.
Yeah, yeah, it was, but it wasn't the right type of, how do I say? It wasn't clean money.
Oh, I got it. Okay,
Yeah, so I
got
had
it.
to stop it. And now I'm trying to like go back to like normal civilian life. And I guess when she started to like be with me, that's when I guess that was peaking,
Yeah.
That's when I was making all that money and shit.
Hmm.
But now I just gotta like I guess focus on, career growth and all that.
Hmm. Hmm. What are you wanting or needing in your life?
Man, a real woman because I feel like, I'm with a little girl. And I was with her, when I was young too, I mean, I was 22 and she was 19. Now I'm 24, she's 21. And I was living with her parents like in the beginning of our relationship. When I first hooked up with her, like the first 2 3 weeks, she was saying just move in with me. So I moved in with her, and then like I was at her mom's place, and that's why I don't want her to go back because I already know how it gets down over there.
Yeah. Well, that's very. I get it that you're in relationship with her. Um, is that your role?
To be a provider or to just be in a relationship.
Um,
I'm
y-
not trying to be a provider, but I want, because she was working in the beginning, but when she saw that money, she was like, "Oh, you could just take care of me," you know. And
mm-hmm,
now I ain't making that money no more. That shit went by fast.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, what do you want to be different?
shit, just help around the house. That's all it really
Like
matters,
one
man.
thing, one thing where you want help around the house, one specific task.
Just be more clean, I gotta pick up after her and shit like that. Like I ain't no maid.
That's not specific. What's like one specific thing?
One specific, what would you categorize that?
Well, be more clean is not specific. It's like, hey, if you can be more clean, someone's all about the home cooked meals.
I guess
It
be more productive because yeah, you're right, because I be cooking too. I be cooking for the both of us, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not your mama, you here all day, like, I guess try to be more productive
Yeah, but
because she has some
you're
online
acting like her
friends.
mama though.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep doing that, she'll keep expecting it from you. People treat you how you train them to treat you. If you clean up after her, why would she do her own dishes? Because you're going to do them. If you're picking up her clothes or whatever, why would she pick them up? Because you're doing them.
Yeah.
What if you just leave it there?
I mean, she's just gonna complain to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck is this there?
It's because you left it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it's there. You tell me why it's there,
Yeah, you're right.
right? I mean, you're young, right? You're 24 years old. I mean, how much longer are you gonna live like this? Clean only your dishes. I may or may not have adopted that strategy in my own life recently.
I don't know. I don't know how long I want to live like this. I guess, I do be praying about it too. I
Hmm.
do care about her deeply. My mother was like a really religious, on that religious side, I ain't really had a father. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess relationships isn't really my best. I guess you know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to get, it's not my profession.
Well, it wasn't modeled for you. You didn't have a. It sounds like. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you didn't have a good model
No,
of
I ain't
what.
had no role models.
Yeah, of what a partnership in a romantic relationship should look like. I use the word should lightly because it can look different, obviously. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm out of things to say, man. I don't know if you want to hit up on the next person. And
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I
Well,
pay for everything too.
I could keep pulling nuggets out, man. But I appreciate you chatting, man. And it doesn't have to be this way. All right, you can hold your ground. You know, you can hold your ground, and something can
Yeah, I
change.
guess I
But
gotta put a foot down or something.
yeah, yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. Have a good night, man.
All right, man. You too. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, he does have a kind heart. Break the PlayStation while cleaning by mistake. All right, like and share, people. Like and share. Only if you like it and you want to share it. If not, don't. I don't care. Give me a follow if you don't follow me already. If you want to schedule a call, look, just for you all tonight, I recently raised my discovery call price to $50. I'll make it $1 for tonight only. If you want to schedule a call, a private call, talk about your situation, $1. All right, here we go. Everyone, go do it. Life changing. Yeah, let's go, Brandy. $1 is a huge deal. I'll do it right now. $1. Schedule a discovery call. $1. But be careful because it might end up costing you $99 a month after you realize how important coaching is. Yeah, I clap for you, Brandy. Yeah, link in my bio. Go to the link tree in my bio. And then it says, what does it say? Get started. Schedule a call. Start here, book a discovery call. Right there. Can I come on and tell you something? Sure, because these people aren't joining. Chicken Alfredo. That's some more. Hello, what's going on?
Hello. I just want to come up and let you know that with the corn addiction and all that, I've been 51 days free since I've turned to the Lord.
Good job. Let's go.
And I've noticed a big difference in like motivation wise and a lot of big benefits I didn't think were there, but I'm strongly like proud of it all.
Mm-hmm.
That's really about it.
Oh, cool. How old are you?
I am 20 years old.
20 years old. Let's go. Good job, man. That's great. What led you to making that change in your life?
I just wanted to try something different and all that because I saw how it like destroyed me mentally and all that. I'm like, I think it's time to make a change, and I did that.
Okay. Cool. What did you do to make the change?
I basically went and like blocked every page and like all like everything and all that, so I couldn't see any of that. And it's been like a huge plus.
Nice. Cool, man. Good job.
And, like anytime I like think about it or anything, I go to the gym or I go for a walk or something, and helps out tremendously.
Just real, man. I'd be happy to chat. I think you'd find that my this is not a debate. Most people who you see quote debating on TikTok are not actually debating. They're just talking louder and faster over each other and not getting anywhere. But we actually change minds and hearts and lives here on this live. Well, cool, man. Thanks for sharing that. Good for you. See, there is hope, and there are people who don't want to watch
No.
porn anymore.
Yeah,
So thanks
like
for sharing.
I've noticed like a big difference and all that. life is a whole lot different. But you have a wonderful night and stay blessed out there.
All right, man. Thanks, Chicken Alfredo. See ya. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed. Was I cheated on? I have been cheated on in college. But that's not why I do this now, because I watched porn for a while, but not anymore. I was addicted to porn, and I cheated on my wife. Still married, same woman, 13 years. But I have been cheated on. It's not a fun experience. What's the topic about? The question is porn cheating? By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you want to schedule a call or join one of my groups, go to the link in my bio. D, what's up, bro? Tomorrow will be 40 days for me, says D. Let's go. Way to go, D. Proud of you. Brandy, did you mean to request? I'm going to let you on. Hello, Brandy.
I am so embarrassed.
Did you mean to do that?
No, but I always laugh at people because I'm like, how do you accidentally do that? And I just did that, literally.
And now here you are talking.
I'm so embarrassed. That's so funny.
Do you want to talk or no?
No, I was just moving around and I clicked a button. I'm like, oh no.
All right, well, good talking to you.
Too funny. All right, see ya.
Bye. Now you know how people accidentally do it. I don't know why I'm not being chosen. I'll get to you. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh, hey.
Oh,
I
hey,
didn't think
what's up?
I hate to say this. I did accidentally request to join, but then I came to terms with it and I was like, you know what, I'll just talk about it anyways.
Okay, well, what's up? Is porn cheating?
So, do you think that porn is cheating?
Why? I'm the host and I asked the question, is porn cheating?
Okay, I'm so sorry. I do think that it is. We've talked to a lot of people, and for the most of the men that I talk to, their explanation is that it's not a relationship. It's not even a social relationship. What's that word? Do you know that word for social relationships where it's like only on social media, you don't ever meet each other?
I don't know, but already it just sounds like a lot of mental gymnastics to try to gaslight you into thinking it's not cheating.
Exactly. I've talked to so many guys trying to because my boyfriend that I'm with currently doesn't watch porn, but he watches very explicit, searches for very explicit things across all platforms. And I'm actually in the midst of figuring out what to do and if I should stay or not. And before this relationship, I truly thought that porn was not cheating. And after being with him for 2 years now and continuously, finding this type of betrayal on his phone, I can confidently say I think that it is cheating. I've heard so many guys say that if it's not real, they don't know the person in real life, but if you're really getting up at it and you're really getting lust and pleasure from it, then it's real. It's very real.
Yeah, well, okay, so by the way, I think porn's cheating, to answer your question.
See, somebody said, I think it depends on how often, but I don't think that that's what really... You can say the same thing oh, well, I'm not a cheater because I only have sex with other people every once in a while.
Yeah,
I'm a luster in the body. I think
that's a terrible argument. The frequency, why would that matter?
Yeah, if you're getting pleasure from somebody else and somebody else's body, it doesn't matter how often at all.
Totally. Angela, no. I was actually with her this past weekend at a conference, and she's going on vacation for about a week and a half. So it'll probably be end of October, early November, but stay tuned for that. So here's the definition of relationship. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
The way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. So if you like literally look at the definition of relationship, you can say like you're in relationship with just how two things relate to each other, essentially.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I get it's not the same as being in a relationship with a person, but you
Here's
could yeah, go ahead.
two huge arguments I always hear, and I just saw it in the comments. I don't care if my man watches it. I'd rather him do that than actually cheating. That I've talked to my friends about it because I've obviously for the past 2 years I've been trying to find answers on like what should I do? Should I leave? You know, I've had some friends tell me that too. It's just like, oh, I'd rather that than them actually cheat. But is that really the standard? Your standard is I'd rather them lust and get their D up and ejaculate to other women that look nothing like me than them actually touch physical women. That's the standard, and that's crazy. That's not. We don't have to stoop that low for. And I know that's crazy coming from me because I'm with a guy right now, but
Well, but
that is so wrong. And if you dig
two
in the dirt, you're gonna find worms. You shouldn't have to find worms in the dirt. Like there shouldn't
but
be.
2 years is a long time. How much longer is it going to take you to figure this out? Like which way to go?
I'm so unsure because one issue that I have is I'll find this on his phone, but then after he is just so unbelievably like perfect and sweet to me to try to, like make up for it. And as stupid as it makes me sound, I stay every time because I don't, it's just like the only time I ever really get treated the way I want to be treated is after I find out this type of thing. So I almost like stay in hopes he messes up again so I get treated good. And
That
that's awful
that
actually.
that's quite the situation right there. You almost hope that he watches porn so that you find it so he treats you really well.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't even realize any of this until very recent, like literally this past like week. Like I've come to so many conclusions about so many different things this past week, and I'm still kind of on the fence. But but also I heard somebody say this is my fault now, and I kind of agree. If I feel that way for some people in relationships, or if you stay after a long period of time, I guess it can become their fault. But also, there's a lot of psychological shit that goes inside of it. Lots of
Yeah, well, his behavior is not your fault or your responsibility. Him looking at porn has nothing to do with you. And this pattern you're in, where did you go? You there? Hello?
hello.
Okay.
Sorry.
This pattern you're in, there's something to notice there, right? You're getting
Yeah.
something out of that. You're getting a benefit out of this whole pattern you've got where you wait till he does it, then you find it, then he love bombs you. Like you're getting a benefit from that.
Yeah. And I don't do it just because like, I do it for I stay for the benefits of it. It's just like it's kind of like a search for love. Like I'm trying to find love in his actions and see the good in him, and the good in him is how he acts after he does something awful. But like I don't
Yeah.
know, it is messed up. And I am, a religious person as well. So I've kind of stayed because like that's what God would want me to do, or because he doesn't believe in God at all. And I kind of hope that if I stayed long enough, then he'll see that like see a glimpse of God's love through me kind of thing. But I think actually what's happening is he's just taking advantage of, you know.
Yeah. So a lot of men are addicted to porn. Yes. A lot of women are addicted to the idea of what love could look like with this person if only they were the way that we want them to be.
Yeah.
And they're not.
Yeah,
So something to notice there.
there is for sure.
What do you want to be different? What do you want to be different?
Ideally for him to get rid of this addiction, because he does say it's a huge addiction. He's been watching porn since he says around like 11, and that is insane. But also I think that I've noticed
It's
a
about
pattern.
average.
Yeah, men or young boys who grew up in unhappy or abusive or split homes do tend to go to like pornography more because it's that boost of dopamine that they're not used to. And
Yeah, but I
like,
actually, and I haven't read on that specifically, but I don't know that it's that much higher in that situation compared to a totally intact household. It's just
really,
this age or this generation, like teenagers, it's so accessible. Even if they got a great home life, they're probably looking at porn.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. He tries using it as an excuse, like, oh, well, like I just grew up in a bad home. And so that used to be my distraction from everything. Like, anytime anything went like downhill with my family and stuff, because he did grow up in a really bad home, he would go to his room and, like, to like get some kind of boost of dopamine. But it's
Yeah.
just, and he says that, like, no matter, because I always ask him, like, what am I not doing that's not enough? Because, I would like to say that I try to do my best. And his argument every time is that the dopamine he gets from looking at those girls is completely different than the dopamine he gets from me. So that just leaves me thinking that literally no matter what I do, I will absolutely never be enough. And another thing that worries me is if I leave him because of this, I'm just going to find another guy who has the same issue, because pretty much every guy has an
Yeah, so
addiction. It seems like.
I'll just make an assertion here. Your enoughness has nothing to do with what he does, with how much porn he watches, or what you do for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you think that?
Just
Or rather,
because
what led you to thinking that?
I think that I'm not enough.
Because of what he's doing.
Because, I mean, if I was, and I just don't think that he would have that bad of a temptation. Like, he knows that he is on the verge of losing me because of this shit, and he does it over and over again. And it's just like, whenever he always tells me, like, it runs through his mind very quickly before he actually continues to look through at it. But the fact that, like, you can, like, it runs through your mind, like, oh, this is gonna hurt my girlfriend so bad, I might lose her, let me look anyways, just makes me feel like I don't mean enough to not look at that.
That's something to separate. Carrie Robichaud, I see you there. If you can separate that his behavior has nothing to do with you and your enoughness, you're going to be able to have a much easier time, and you're also going to be able to make more empowered decisions as you decouple those things. Because you're like trying to do these things to prove you are enough, but it's never going to satisfy this unquenchable thirst that he has, which is this addiction. You said he acknowledged it's an addiction. So he's been doing this since he's 11 years old. He doesn't know any differently. The question is, if he really thinks it's an addiction, when will he get some help? Has he done anything to try to work on it?
No, he just avoids it and, like, tries his hardest. Well, recently, actually, I had very recently found out there was more. I had just gone over to his house to, like, bring him food because he couldn't afford any dinner. So I brought him dinner, was loving up on him. I was being so sweet. And then I left. And then I went to my car. Seconds later, I was like, oh, I forgot something in his house. So I ran back in, walked in the house, and I see him, like, scrambling to hide his phone. Seconds after I left and was loving up on him, hugging him, literally telling him how handsome he was, everything, he had his phone open on that stuff. And I found out about it. And that night, he said that he would delete Instagram and delete TikTok and delete YouTube as a way to remove temptation out of his life, because clearly he's not mature enough to handle rejecting temptation. And that's something he's doing, but it's just, and I was really proud of him in the moment, but now it's just like, it shouldn't have to get to that point. I can't even send my boyfriend TikToks or send him Instagram things or tag him on my posts on Instagram or anything like that, because he can't handle having any of those apps without looking at other women. Is that really what it should get to? Like, and then I even found out that he secretly downloaded Instagram, and I don't know what he was looking at, but he secretly downloaded Instagram and then redeleted it. Like, and now and on top of what I'm already worrying about him looking at other girls, I'm now worried he's just going to download the apps all over again and just ruin that other barrier of trust that I have in him.
How long have you guys been together?
2 years.
Okay. That's so nice of you. You brought him a meal because he wasn't feeling well, and then as soon as you left the door, he starts masturbating, watching porn.
Yeah.
This guy's got it made. Do you bring him beer too and turn his video games on for him?
No.
You probably would if he asked you to.
Yeah. It's just rough. I try to be, like, the best for him possible.
What if the best for him was, hey man, look, I don't care how much porn you watch, but I won't be in a relationship with somebody who watches porn. So if you want to get help, great. We can work this thing out. But if not, I'm going to move on with my life. What if that was the best thing for him? Somebody who actually gave him the opportunity to grow up. What if
Yeah.
that was the most loving thing you could do for him?
And that's what I'm starting to get to, that realization. But the thing is, I've stuck through and hurt myself so much because I've stayed through this porn addiction. And I just know that if I leave and he realizes, wow, I just lost this loving girl that would do anything for me because of my addiction, it probably would quit. But guess what? Then some other girl is going to get what I hurt myself over, time over. Like, I stayed for so long, hurt myself for so long because of this. And some other girl's going to get the rewards and reap the benefits of that because he's not going to come back to me. He already told me that if we were to break up, that'd be it. He told
And
me
what if your reward is 10 times better than what you could have ever imagined with this guy?
But how, like, I don't see that. Like, how could I get any kind of reward better
I don't
than
know.
him?
I'm just saying, and I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but what if that's the
Yeah.
best thing that can happen for you?
Yeah.
What if? What if?
But what if we never go back together and he just gives some other girl all this loyalty and whatever that I stayed for so long, I guess.
Because
I guess
you would
it's
change
people.
so much through that experience that whatever you find, again, we'll never know. It's hypothetical, but it would be worth it.
Yeah.
And you can't know what would happen. But here's
Yeah.
a better question. What if you do nothing and 10 years from now, you're in the same conversation with him? Hey, I don't feel well. Oh, let me come over there and bring you food. All right, can you leave now? I need to watch some porn. That would be
Literally.
a great travesty if 10 years from now you're still doing that.
Yeah. I can't imagine, honestly. Like, and even nothing worries me is like, I don't want to be sexually active with this man because he's right now, himself right now, I feel like my life would come crashing down if I ended up bearing his child, right? But then I feel like if I'm not sexually active with him, he's just going to continue to look at all these things. And he's going to look at them even more, you know? So that's another thing is like, should I even be with somebody like that I have to
Yeah.
perform in a manner that I don't even want to?
Yeah. Well, you've been asking yourself these questions for 2 years. And obviously this is not going to be solved right now, nor is that the intention of this. But you got a lot of soul searching to do.
Yeah.
You got a lot of
sure.
questions to ask and answer. And here's the thing is you can only make the next best decision. What's the next best decision for you? And these decisions aren't final.
Yeah.
They may seem like it at the time. Like if you guys were to split up, it's not final. He can get
Yeah.
help. He can clean it up. You guys can get back together. Or not. But it's like
Yeah.
it's like your life's on hold, at least in this area, as you're doing all these what ifs, what if. Well, what if 10, 20, 30, 50 years pass and you're still what ifing this guy?
Literally, and this is all like after going through all this is what has me so certain that it is cheating. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I feel the same way that I felt whenever I was getting cheated on. Like, all of the, oh, I wish I looked like her. Like, this man has me wishing I looked like girls that I don't even want to look like. Like, if I was single and my own person, I wouldn't want to look like Jenna Ortega. She's gorgeous, but I'm confident in myself and I don't want to look like her. But because I've seen on my phone or on his phone that he was like looking up like Jenna Ortega, whatever, now I want to look like her.
I don't even know who that is. Who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a famous, like, beautiful girl. Anyway, what I'm saying is I found myself wishing to look like girls I wouldn't even want to look like if it weren't for that being his ideal image of a woman. And I don't know. After experiencing all these feelings, there's no doubt in my mind that it is cheating. I mean, I don't care. Even if the girl you're looking at doesn't even know you exist, it's cheating.
Okay, then the question to ask yourself is, if that's what your conclusion is that it is cheating, then why are you with a cheater?
Because I don't know. I really don't. I mean, there are so many good things about him that I obviously am not talking about, but does it really weigh out kind of thing? Does the mental toll it takes on me really weigh out? I'd say no, but unfortunately I'm just like living on that hope, that little bit of hope that I have that maybe he'll change, maybe he'll be better.
Yeah, well, hope is not a strategy. It's great to
Yeah.
have hope. We need hope, but hope is not a strategy.
Yeah. That's
All
true.
right. Well, thanks for sharing, B.
Of course. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
You too.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Like and share, people. 17,000 likes. Let's get that up to 30,000. If you don't follow me, give me a follow. Let's do a poll. What should I do? Is corn cheating? How about that one? Also, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sexual addiction, and women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you watch porn and you want to stop, or if you betrayed your spouse through cheating or whatever, and you want to stop, you need to get in community. That's one way to heal. Another is to do some one-on-one coaching or counseling or therapy. I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching. I also have groups for men wanting to stop porn or sex addiction. Trina, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for the referral. I also have groups for women who are dealing with betrayal trauma, and I do coaching for women as well. The groups are led by myself and other female contributors. I'm actually bringing on some other coaches as well to help with some of the one-on-one work that I do as well, and the groups. So you can go to the link in my bio and schedule a discovery call with me if you'd like. It's $1 tonight only for a 30-minute call to go back up to $50 tomorrow. And the groups are $99 a month. It's a 1 hour and 15-minute weekly Zoom call, and it just might change your life. Like Brandon said, Austin is amazing. I love group time. Thank you, Brandy. It's not me that makes the group special. It's the community that makes the group special. Thank you, Carrie Robichaux. See, look at all these people in the groups. Thank you. Good to see you guys. All right. Entertainment hour, California Mary.
I know you missed me.
What's up?
I wanted to say something. Oh, look up Jenna Ortega. Compared to that girl, she's a mud duck. That girl was gorgeous.
From Wednesday Addams. Is that what it is?
I guess it is. She looks
Yeah.
like Wednesday Addams.
Well, here's the thing. My comment on that is we and I'm going to say like all people, we shouldn't try to be beautiful like someone else is. We should try to express our own innate beauty.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yes,
So-
I agree. I agree. And then I had one other question for you. You always talk about how you had a porn addiction and you stopped that. And so did you stop cheating? You
What do you
never
think,
said
Mary?
anything about that. What?
Yes. I also stopped the physical affairs as
Good
well.
job.
Yes. Yeah.
You
So-
just
sorry.
never said it, so I was just like,
Okay. If I hadn't made that clear ever, which I'm sure I have many times, yes, I have not watched porn or had an affair in at least 7 years. Actually, the physical affairs were 10 years ago because I stopped that 4 years before confessing.
Wow.
So that was in 2014. The porn still persisted a little bit there until about 2017, but yeah, I don't do any of that. Thanks for clarifying, Mary.
good job. Good job. Okay. I'll talk to you later.
All right, we'll see you soon. How long was I addicted before it escalated physical? I watched porn from about the age of 11, 12 or so until about the age of 32. I'm watching 17 times a day. Oh, 7 times a day, Sammy. Okay, good for you. All right, who is that person I said I'd bring on? Oh, did everybody survive the hurricane? I guess if you didn't survive, you wouldn't be here. Sorry. I want to argue with a dude. Are there any dudes to argue with out there? My North Carolina friends fortunately did, but not all of them did. No, how long in your marriage before it escalated physical affair? About 1 year, Krista. One or just short of 2 years. I don't know the exact number, between a year and 2 years. What made you change? I realized that I was a giant douchebag. And I needed to change my ways because I hated me, my wife hated me, my friends hated me, my parents hated me, everybody hated me. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, gosh, this guy sucks. So I was like, yeah, I guess it's time to change. When there's a will, there's a way. When the pain is great enough, pretty much anything is possible. Pretty much anything is possible. Yabi, your B friend hates himself for all he's done. He'd be so happy if he stopped. That's called shame. He's dealing with shame. Shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. I bet you, B, if I were to ask him who else in your life knows about this problem, he would say, you're probably the only person. I'd be willing to bet on that. Because that's one of the first questions I ask guys when I talk to them in my discovery calls. And in almost every case, only their partner, either nobody knows, only their partner knows, or their partner and their mom knows. That's it. Keep up the good work, brother. Thanks. Yep, me and his brother are all that knows. See? Michael Collins. With this argument, if you're a man with female friends or vice versa in a relationship, that's cheating. No, Michael, that's a terrible application of the logic here. Because the question is, for you, with this argument, if you're a man with female friends, are you masturbating while looking at the female friends? If so, that would be cheating. But if you're not masturbating to them and you're just friends, that wouldn't be cheating. Now, if there's a lust component, that's another conversation. Can you tell I haven't been on here for like 6 days? A little feisty tonight. I love being feisty, though. It's fun. Even if they change and you're still having trauma and self-esteem a year later, is that normal? Betrayal trauma, once somebody really starts working on it, honestly, it still takes about 6 months to a year to like really gain your footing. So I'd say it's pretty normal to still have the effects of betrayal trauma after about a year. Good night, Brandy. Good to see you. Pleasant, what's going on? Taylor, the birth prep coach. Did you mean to accept to come on here? I'll bring you on. She might have been an accident, though. It took me about 7 months to get over betrayal trauma, then he did it again. Bon, what's going on? Hi there.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, sorry, I can't, it's not showing if I'm talking or not. Oh, okay.
I hear you.
I see.
I hear you.
So I just wanted to agree with you on is porn cheating. I was in a marriage for 4 years. We have a kid. I'm 23. So I got married kind of young. So initially, he didn't really watch anything like that, or from what I noticed. But after I got pregnant, obviously my drive kind of significantly went down. I didn't have a good postpartum experience either. I had a hemorrhage and got hospitalized. So we started getting into fights about intimacy, stuff like that. He said I wasn't really giving him enough. And I told him, well, I just need more time to recover. And he just would keep trying to guilt me, I suppose. And eventually, I started noticing he started watching videos and things like that on YouTube Shorts. It wasn't like on actual like porn websites or anything, but it was explicit content on certain various apps and whatnot.
Same thing.
Okay, yeah. Well, eventually he got deployed. He was in the military. And May this year, actually, I found out that he ended up actually cheating on me with one of his coworkers that he had been flirting with since I was pregnant with my son. And so something like a point I guess I wanted to make on here for everybody in the live is, you know, if you might not see porn as cheating now, you know, I think it definitely does lead to them wanting to further those fantasies and things like that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear that. To hear that you went through that. That's so tough. And you're absolutely right. Porn use always escalates. Porn use always escalates into something else. It doesn't always escalate into physical cheating, though it does frequently. But porn use always escalates into something else. So what are you guys doing with that?
Well, actually, when I found out the text messages, I confronted him about it, and he pretty much begged and pleaded with me to keep him and give him 3 months to make things right, and that he delete all his social media because he clearly couldn't handle it. Kind of the same thing like B said earlier. And I just agreed, and I think about 2 months ago, he finally packed all his bags and said he wasn't happy in the relationship and left me and my son.
That sucks.
Yeah, so we're still legally married, but the divorce process hasn't been easy because it's expensive. But he has been coming around now. It's been 4 months since we've been separated, and he's kind of coming around again, saying he loves me and my son, and kind of inching towards, I guess, coming back in my life. I decided to leave the state for a bit, and I'm definitely getting more messages and stuff like that from him. And I do want to just convince myself that it is easier to leave, but I do have a child with him, and it's not like, he'll just vanish forever. I do have to deal with him at least until my son is 18.
Yeah, well, geez, that's a tough situation. How old is your son now?
He's turning 2 in November.
Okay. Where did you go when you left for a while?
We both resided in Ohio, and I'm currently
Well,
in Texas.
I mean, like, who did you have to support you? That's really what I meant.
Nobody. Honestly, no one. All my family's in Texas, and I only have my brother. I don't have a mother or father. It's just me and my brother, and he's in Texas, and he's a DACA, so he's kind of illegal, I guess you could say that. So he has to stay down there and stuff.
Yeah.
So his family doesn't really approve of me either. So I mean, I'm guessing they're probably rejoicing in this.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really hard. Somebody asked, what else could it escalate into besides physical cheating? Many things. It can be the frequency of use, where the person's using pornography or masturbating, the type of content they're watching, right? I mean, what starts as just typically finding it as a young boy in the comfort of their home can be like, oh, I don't feel comfortable doing this here. You guys think I'm crazy, but men masturbate in the bathroom at work all the time, okay? Or in the car, or in public. I'm not making these things up. The type of content, how often you're watching, who you're watching it with. Porn use always escalates. Porn use always escalates. So, well, Bon, I'm sorry to hear that, and thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, no problem. Stay blessed and have a good night.
All right, you too. Thanks for sharing. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, like and share, people. Like and share. Link in bio for all the things. Hello, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. What's up?
Okay, I just have a question.
Okay.
So, in your experience and expertise dealing with all these men, because I know you said porn always escalates to more. When do you think? So, like, if a guy starts when he's, 12 years old and he's, like 34 now, would you assume it already evolved to more, or do you think that's still in the timeline of he's just watching porn and not having a physical affair or something?
Well, well, again, just to be clear, porn use doesn't always escalate into a physical affair. It
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
does, but it doesn't always escalate into a physical affair. There are many guys I work with who it's only porn. There's some who have never watched porn and just have affairs. Actually, that's probably not true. There's almost always porn involved.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in fact, most of the guys who I work with, it hasn't escalated into a physical affair. But I would say there's really no timeline for that, if and when it does. Every situation's different.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying that. I was just really curious.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't want to scare you guys. It doesn't always escalate into that. And really I just make that point because when we'll just say a woman is okay with their partner's porn use, it's like it's going to get to something else. Again, it could be the frequency of use. It could be how they're hiding it, to what lengths they're going to hide it, right? An escalation could even be something as simple as getting a second phone to hide it, something like that, right? So when I say escalation, that's a very broad term. Hello, how's it going? Brandy Sue, hello. Brandy Sue, you're the only thing between me and going to the bathroom right now, and you're not talking, so I'm going to go potty. I'll be right back, people. Hold on. California Mirror, you there? Just kidding. I'll be right back. All right. California Mary. Oh, there she is. All right. Oh, I got heartburn. Hey there, what's going on? Scooby Doo? Hello? Scooby Doo, hello. Okay. That could go it's all sorts of wrong. Sal. A lot of no-showers tonight. All right, we are talking about porn is cheating. Is porn cheating? That's the question. Is porn cheating? And particularly if you don't think porn is cheating, I want to talk to you. And if you like the live, please like and share. Give me a follow if you don't follow me already. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. If you're interested in that, go to the link in my bio. Both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. Dude, this list is like, I wish that it would just keep the invites in order, the requests in order. Hey there, what's going on? Jen, Elisa? Hello? Oh my gosh, why are people doing this? Finna. Oh, well, you must have, Jen. I will talk. I'll get somebody on here. Just hold on. Just hold. Actually, let's do this. Let's do a multi-guest panel, and then we'll do the thing where we vote somebody off. That was really fun the other day, I thought.
No.
Hello?
Oh no, you're not bringing me up to get voted off.
Are you
Before you
worried?
get everybody up here, I want to apologize because I called that sweet girl a mud duck. I didn't mean it. I just meant compared to the girl that was talking. And I want to
Okay.
apologize. Some people were offended.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I forgive you. You said a few things there, and I was just like, I am not even touching any of that. So, but I forgive you.
You know me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Do you want to stay on here or no?
Yeah.
Of course you do. All right. What's up, people? Who we got here? Catface period person? Brandon
Dot.
098 dot.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. When that person came on and you could hear like bathroom noises,
Yeah.
I was thinking, so I tell everyone about how we played you played the sound of the baby.
The baby crying?
Yeah, just how I knew that was going to
Hi,
wake
can
her
you hear
up.
me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It was
Madison.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Madison, what's going on?
I got a couple questions. I don't necessarily think it's cheating. I feel like they want to see something different, or I don't know. I'm not really insecure. I'm 37 weeks pregnant, and I caught my boyfriend watching it, so it just makes me feel some type of way. But I don't think it's cheating, in my
Okay.
honest opinion.
Okay. So the fact that your partner, husband, boyfriend,
Boyfriend, yeah.
boyfriend, okay. Does he masturbate while watching porn?
Yeah.
So he gets aroused while watching other women have sex to the
Yeah.
point where he masturbates to them,
Yeah.
and he likes the feeling while masturbating while watching other women have sex,
Yes.
and that doesn't bother you?
It bothers me because, like I said, I'm pregnant, but before I got pregnant, it didn't really bother me. But, he swears up and down that, he loves me or whatever. It's just for him to get off because I haven't really been in the mood since I'm like really big and everything's in the way and my body's changing. I just feel insecure. So it
Right.
just made me feel some type of way. So I don't know if it's like, what's your opinion on it? Do you think it's cheating or?
Well, first of all, is he your first kid?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're going through a lot. Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with somebody else, and you've said something like "I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul,"
Right.
till death do us part. I know you're not married, but there's probably
Right.
some sort of implied commitment there. I think if you deviate from that, that's cheating, right? It's not "I love you, I'm only going to have eyes for you," unless you're pregnant and things are in the way. Then I'm going to go,
Right. Yeah.
play with myself while I watch other women. So, and even if you're pregnant, which I get it, you are, and things may be a little bit more difficult. The solution doesn't have to be to go masturbate while watching another woman have sex.
Yeah,
Right?
no, I
There's
get that.
other possibilities.
But it's honestly because I haven't been in the mood to do anything. So we've been arguing a little bit, and he used that as an excuse. Like, well, maybe if I just released some tension, we wouldn't be arguing as much. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's other ways to release tension than to masturbate while watching another woman have sex who's not you.
Right. I mean, it was just a bunch of women was my thing, and I've only caught him doing it twice. So
Which
we've
means
been
he's
together
probably
for
done
2
it.
years now.
He's probably done it
Yeah.
more than twice. You've only caught him
Yeah.
twice.
And when you said something about when they do it at work, that's where he did it at. So it kind
Yeah.
of just makes me nervous. Like when he goes, I'm thinking, well, what does he do on lunch? Like I just don't understand.
Yeah, here you are, 37 weeks pregnant, sacrificing your body for his child,
Right.
wondering if he's masturbating while he's at work.
Yeah. So you think it is, or am I just in my head about it because it's so mixed, like emotions? People are like, no, it's not cheating. You need to love yourself. Don't be insecure. But it's like, damn, I'm growing a baby, I'm getting stretch marks, I'm getting fat, I can't see my feet. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just reading into it too much, but then again, I come across your page, I was thinking, I want to see what he's got to say. So I figured I'd join in and get your opinion on it because everybody's saying, well, you're just reading into it too much. You know, you're pregnant, you're not in the mood.
Who's everybody?
Like,
Who's telling you that?
my friends, they're like, well, I watch it, so like I don't understand the big deal. In which in all my relationships, I haven't really been a big fan of it because it's like, would you want to see someone else like other than me? Like when we have like our own little videos and stuff like that, you don't watch those, but you'll watch something else. So
Right,
I don't know.
which right there, I mean, look, again, other things are possible than going and masturbating while watching other women have sex.
Right.
Let's just say you have videos. Why would he not
Right.
watch those videos?
To be quicker, I guess. I don't know.
All right, there's other people here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I know. Like nobody's saying anything.
I mean, I think it depends on like what your personal boundaries are in the relationship. But Madison, you're above me. Don't let him make you doubt yourself, or your friends let you doubt yourself. Like if it's not something you are comfortable with, like you said, you're sacrificing your body for this man.
Yeah,
You're putting your life, your brain is literally shrinking for this baby, bro. Your organs are shifting. It baffles me that he could even do that to you. Like he should be putting you on such a high pedestal, like anything else comparison to you
he really
is fucking
does.
dog food.
He takes care of me. Like I'm not working right now. Like he pays my bills. He like rubs my back every night. You know, he takes really good care of me. So I just don't want something like a little thing, you know, affect like our future and our daughter and stuff like that. So, and I don't know if it's just because I'm so hormonal.
Might not be little.
It's a big thing to you, and bro, it's a big thing to me. It's fine.
Expect more. Expect more.
I mean, yeah. I just don't want to read into it too much.
Sometimes you should.
What are you afraid of if you read into it too much?
Because it was stuff that we don't do.
The porn that he was watching?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like they were way better looking than me.
Yeah, go ahead, Catface.
I just think that it's a bit hypocritical to label the relationship that Madison is currently in as monogamous. I think that at the end of the day, it comes down to he's getting pleasure from other females while watching porn. At that point, that wouldn't be a relationship to me. I think that if that's like a boundary that you're trying to set, I think that you should look for somebody that's similar to you or has similar beliefs to you. But at the end of the day, I think that it comes to him getting pleasure from other females. And just because it's normalized he's saying that like his friends do it as well. Like, I don't think that makes it okay at all.
Right. No, and I agree with you, but like, I don't know. I try to see it from both sides because like, I don't care what anybody says. I feel like all guys watch it. All guys, you know.
It's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Madison, right now you're having a baby, and that's because you're just cooking the baby, and that's an issue right now. And then right after you do that, then you have to take care of the baby. Right. So then he's going to find more time for that, and then it's gonna what do you call it? Spiral. Snowball. Or it could spiral. I'm not saying it's gonna spiral, but it could. And so you're always gonna have something going on that's a little different, or that you might be exhausted at night and you just can't do it. But like, you know what I mean?
A part of me feels like it's my fault too, because like he tells me, he goes, I just feel more connected to you, you know, my baby's in there, and he's just always wanting to do something all the time. And keep in mind, I'm like 5'1". I'm 200 pounds. Like
Never your
I
fault.
struggle. So, and I just feel like, you know, if I just give in, you know, use my I don't know what I can and can't say on here, but like use my hands or whatever,
to please him. But, then again, it's like I shouldn't have to take the time to please him when I'm literally miserable. So,
We'll probably talk about what you guys could work out together, because it sounds like he's letting you know that
oh,
he
yeah,
wants to be with
he
you.
sure
He's
does.
connected to you.
Yes.
So what could you do to get the connection, keep the connection, and
I'm just
keep
not
him
in the
from seeing
mood.
other women? Because he's seeing other women
Yeah, like
literally with his
on
eyes.
his phone. Yeah.
Yeah, with his eyes. And there's a connection going on, right? You get that
Right.
part?
Right. Because I was like, it really hurts. It hurts me because you're getting an erection from seeing somebody else. Like, that just bothers
Right.
me.
And it's like something that men can, or men and women, whoever, but they can discipline themselves and grow and become deeper and stronger and connected. They don't
Right.
have to lean to the easiest thing. And
Right.
that's something, I think it's sometimes things that we don't check out before we commit to people,
Right.
if they have the endurance to control themselves.
So
Yeah.
Madison, you mentioned that you're not pleased with the fact that he's doing that, right?
No.
Like it
Right.
hurts you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to, I'll say, participate in some capacity, but you're not in the mood.
Yeah.
And here's the
Yeah.
thing: is that there's a million things that can happen between you guys doing the full deed and him watching porn. There's tons of other possibility there, right? And I bet if you
Right.
guys were to have a conversation, you could find something that would work.
Right. It's just like when I bring it up to him, because I brought it up. This happened last week, so I've brought it up quite a bit. Like kind of teasing him about it, like because the stuff he was watching, it was just like a bunch of women doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I bring it up to him, and he doesn't like brush it off. I think he's embarrassed because I went through his phone and I just found it, and I don't know. He said I'm sorry for doing it, but I can't go back and change time. Like I understand that, but I told you from the jump, like I didn't like that, like, and you still do it anyway when you know it hurts me, and I'm pregnant. Like I just don't understand, and I don't know how to talk to him about it.
What do you want to
And
say
not
to
what
him?
it sounds like. Oh, sorry, you first.
And he
Yeah.
might not understand what you're going through,
Because
Madison.
he thinks it's just like a guy thing. Oh yeah, I just do it to get off real quick, Like that doesn't change that I don't love you or whatever. Like I kind of see both sides, but it just sucks.
Go ahead.
I don't know
Go
what to
ahead.
do.
I have a
I was gonna
question
say if you've already.
actually. Oh, sorry, you can go.
I'm sorry, my bad. I was gonna say if you already talked about it and he knew from the jump, the fact that like he's watching at all when he already knew that it wasn't like in the green light in the relationship makes me think that he does not value like your emotion in the matter.
No,
All he
see,
cares
like I
about
feel
is
like
getting
he
off,
does,
is getting.
but like to a certain extent, if that makes sense. Like
One
I
more
feel like
time?
he does. I feel like he does, but like not to a certain extent.
Only to when it doesn't affect him.
Right.
Yeah. And that's not what you deserve. You deserve
Because
to be taken into account.
I just feel like he thinks, I'll just get over it. But it's like always going to be in the back of my head because I seen it. Like they're skinnier than me, they're prettier than me, they're, all done up real nice. And he just
And
doesn't
once you see it, you
understand
can't
how
forget
that,
it.
he just doesn't understand how that affects me, like mentally, seeing other women like that when I am nowhere near those kinds of women at all. Like no
Yup.
hate on them women, but they are baffling. And that could never be me. And he knows that.
You don't want that to
So
be you either. That's fake.
no. Yeah, I know. And that's what he just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
It's
Catface, what's your
nice to
question?
look at.
No, I just a little bit confused. Madison, why do you think he's embarrassed about like touching on the topic?
I don't know. I think it's because that he knows I don't like it and what he was watching, he was a little bit embarrassed about.
That's just a little bit confusing to me. I just wanted to ask because I think that if you're in a, like if you're at the point where you're going to have a child
Right.
and like he's embarrassed by something like that, I don't
No, he's
like
not
I just
embarrassed by
can't
that.
see
He's
why he would be
embarrassed.
if your relationship is like developed enough to the point where you're having a child.
No, I think he's embarrassed by like what he was watching and that I caught him and that he knew like he screwed up. And like I said, when I bring it up to him, he just not brushes it off, just feels like it's little to him. Like it doesn't matter. Oh, I just watched a video. Like that has nothing to do with us. You know, I love you, this, that, and the third. But it doesn't feel that way.
He's not. He doesn't think it's little because he was embarrassed. He has shame around it, and
Yeah,
so
shame.
that's not little.
Yeah, it's
That's
He's trying to diminish it.
All right, I'm going to put a poll up here. Vote in the poll. Who gets kicked off? 1, 2, 3, or 4? You guys can keep talking. There would be like 5 minutes. Fruit Adventure, what do you think? Is porn cheating?
Personally, in my relationship, it is. I think your eyes should only be for your partner.
Hold on. You guys need to actually vote in the poll right up here. The thing with the blue check mark. Don't put it in the chat. Click the button in the poll. Sorry, go ahead.
Before you get a bunch of hate mail in your DMs.
So
I was saying, I think your
cheating?
eyes should only be for your partner, and that
Okay.
if you like lust after other people online, if your partner's chill with it, if you watch it in bed together, that's your own thing. But I think your eyes should only be for like your beloved, and that it's sacred. And like also another thing, like a point was always made too, like, well, at least I'm watching it online and not going out with, to meet other women or, sleep with other women. You know what I mean? That shouldn't even be an option. That shouldn't even be on the table at all. Like my previous boyfriends, they have said that to me. Like, oh, well, at least I'm not going out here sleeping with anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but does that make you feel better? Are you like, oh, you know what? You're right.
No,
No.
it's like they're trying to balance it out, and that's not how it should be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like I'm the only one, but you have a whole bunch of people on here that say, oh, it's not cheating. Just don't be insecure. I don't know. Everybody has different views on it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. All right. I'm actually just going to wipe all you guys and bring on a new panel. But before I do that, specifically Fruit Adventure and Catface, did you guys want to say anything since we were mainly just responding to Madison?
I'm chill.
I just wanted to say I think that this is something that Madison did in the beginning of the conversation. I think that she brought up, like, one of the first things she said is that she's not insecure. I think that that's something that needs to stop being brought up in these conversations, because at the end of the day, I think if someone is in a monogamous relationship, I think that at the end of the day, the other person's getting pleasure from the other person that they're watching.
Yeah, just looking at
I just
somebody
think that
else.
it's something that needs to stop being brought up. I think that regardless if the other person is insecure or not, I think it's still something that's wrong that they're doing in their relationship. I just wanted to make that point.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for sharing, guys.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you. Sorry, I'm kicking you too, Mary. You'll probably be back, though. All right, like and share the live. Give me a follow if you don't follow me already. I won't tell you the results of the poll because it's irrelevant now. I realized a 5-minute poll is too long for that. I should probably do like a 1-minute poll. I don't know if I can change the time, though. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you want to stop watching porn, or if you want someone else to stop watching porn, or if you want to heal from the betrayal you've experienced, consider joining one of my groups. All right, what's going on, people?
Hi, can you hear me?
How are you?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up? Is porn cheating?
Hello?
Hello.
I will
Hello.
answer that. Hi, everyone.
Okay. Answer it.
I guess if it's in secret, yes, and in my mind, it's always hurt me in relationships. I'm 34, and I guess personally, I've had a different experience where porn has just led to more addictive behavior in my relationship. I'm with someone who has recovered from being addicted and secretly paying for OnlyFans and talking to several women, and we're engaged.
And he's recovered from that, or he's still doing that?
No, he's not doing that.
He's not doing that.
No, he took the last 2 years since it was discovered to really build the trust, and it was hard, but I'm very proud to say it's achievable.
Yeah, totally. It for sure is. I want to come back to you, Danielle, but I can't. Hey, Lieutenant Rhodes, whatever, LT Rhodes, what's up, man? Evans. Bro.
How are you?
I'm good, man, but how are you? That's the question.
I'm good, actually. This is a usual thing for me. I have a pre-existing medical condition to where I'm in and out of the hospital all of the time.
Got it. Okay. What is LT? Does that mean lieutenant, or is that?
Yeah, Lieutenant Rhodes, from the movie Iron Man.
Okay. Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're okay. This is normal for you.
Yeah, this is normal for me.
All right. Cool. All right. So Danielle, you guys are engaged. He's been clean for about 2 years or so. How'd you guys, or what did he do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to draw a really firm boundary, and I think it really took him realizing his world flipping upside down, and he had to lean a lot into not therapy, but actually psychiatry, because my fiance was diagnosed as schizophrenic as well in our relationship. And I think through his psychiatry and getting on the right medication, he was not medicated because he didn't quite know he had that. I think getting on the right mental health medicine, truthfully, has helped a lot with a lot of his anxiety and reasons I think he was leaning into addiction or something.
I'll mute you, bro. The nurse came in. Okay, so psychiatry, the right mix of meds was helpful.
For sure. And I think I truly believe in my heart. I mean, I don't know if everyone's religious here, and I'm not one to push religion, but spiritually, I prayed a lot on it. And I think when I do fully in my heart believe that when somebody loves you, truly loves you, and they don't want to lose what they have, they will give up the things that they lust over or things that will hurt you. I think people make mistakes, but I think it takes a lot of time and trust, and them being willing to be fully upfront and honest with everything they were hiding for so long. And you almost feel this like sense of relief come off their shoulders that I don't know how to explain it. We're even closer than ever. And I did not think we could get here, but he has done such hard work.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I mean, beauty can come from the ashes. Sometimes you need to tear something down to build it back up. And that's certainly my story as well, watching porn for 20 years, well married, escalating into physical cheating, and we worked through it, still married to the same woman, been married for 13 years, and I would never go back to that marriage before when I was watching porn and cheating, because that sucked. It was lonely, it was isolating, it was devastating for her, and it's way better when you can rebuild it into something that's actually worth loving for.
So true. That's beautiful. Don't you feel so much? I'm sure she feels so much closer to you. Don't you feel like, I guess when you first started transforming, it's this different sense of closeness and trust that can be built, right?
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide. It's great. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's amazing. And I empathize with that girl who was just on here, because I remember he used to do that stuff at work as well, in the bathroom. As much of a creep as he sounds, he's not a creep. He had an addiction.
Well, two things can be true.
Yeah.
All the way over, okay?
Okay, I'm muting you. Yeah, but he did it at work?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He did it anywhere I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, good for him. It's awesome. Did he do any therapy? I know you said he did psychiatry, but therapy, support groups, anything like that?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Mostly the psychiatry, though.
Mm-hmm. Good. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing. What do the
Absolutely.
rest of you guys think?
For me, oh,
For
sorry.
me personally, I, for my own personal opinion, I do think it is. But at the same time, I also like to consider, everybody has their own kind of relationships and what they're comfortable with. And so I also kind of believe if, a couple is okay with integrating that in their relationship, then is that really considered cheating if both partners or both parties are okay with it?
I would say that no. If you both agree that you're allowed to masturbate while watching other people have sex in your relationship, then I would say no, that's not cheating. My question would be
Okay.
why? Why do you want to have that agreement?
Yeah.
Um, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I don't see the blue thing around my icon. It just confused me. For me, I don't like advocate for porn. Like, I don't think like, oh yeah, you should watch it or anything. And for me personally, just to keep it real, I do want to come to a point where I'm not watching it and stuff. But I don't think like it is cheating. It just depends on the kind. Like, say if you are watching live and you're interacting with that person, you might as well be sexting someone else because that's literally what it is. Or like OnlyFans, purchasing OnlyFans, I think that's cheating because you're interacting with them. But like, what if you see something like on a movie scene that you think is like really like hot or whatever, and then you choose to, masturbate to that? Is that cheating? I don't think it is. I think it's not bad to how do I say it? No, I don't think it's cheating to fantasize. If that makes
So,
sense.
okay. All right. So to fantasize about another woman or person and masturbate while doing it, you would say is not cheating?
No, I'm not saying that it's necessarily moral though. Like, I don't think it's
Is it
like if
lusting? Would you say it's
yeah, it's
lusting?
definitely it's lust.
Okay. Do you think
Yeah.
it's cheating to lust after another woman or man?
Not really because it's like it's kind of in our biology or especially just to kind of like go for whatever we're sexually attracted to and stuff, but what matters most is that you don't do it and that you're able to resist it. And I've seen, I don't know if you said it or Danielle said it or someone in the comments was something about like someone cheats because they're addicted to porn or something, but I think that it's like you could definitely control your actions. Like, you can control whether you watch porn as much as you can control cheating.
I
Yeah.
I
Well,
understand what you're
I actually
saying.
agree with that for the most part. You can't. I like to say you can't help the first look, but you can help the second look. So you can't help that you see something, but you can help what you do with it after you see that thing.
Yeah. For me, it's like I've I'm okay, just like full disclosure, like what happened with me is like I went to like when I was 7, I went to a barber shop and there was a porno magazine, and then ever since it was like I've never been able to like shake it and stuff. And again, I do want to get to a point where I don't look it up, but I feel like it's like anywhere I see it's just kind of like a constant reminder, and then it makes me go back to it. Something like how people go drinking or whatever, or smoking and stuff like that. It kind of just I keep going back to it, and I just want to stop.
Yeah, it's seared in your brain. What have you done to try to stop?
I tried just going like cold turkey for like a
Yeah,
week.
that never works.
Yeah, and dude, it was okay for like the first like 3 days, and then after that, I felt like physically like really weird. Like I wanted to get something like out, right? And um, yeah, I don't like. I know that there's like therapy and stuff, but I've been procrastinating on getting therapy too. So like I don't know what to do from there.
Yeah, well, yeah, in my experience, just going cold turkey with no other intervention basically never works. Right? Some sort of therapy, some sort of community where you can talk about it, work through it, figure out why you started watching. That's usually the recipe that leads you to lasting freedom from it. So, yeah.
Um,
What do
w-
the rest of you guys think? Yeah, go ahead.
would you say that it's also like a conscious decision
To what?
Yeah, what's a conscious
to
decision?
like to not do it? So when you have the urge, you make that conscious choice to say no, I'm not going to continue to do this.
As opposed to what? Like you can't control it?
Yeah. Like, is there any, like, I've never had that kind of addiction. So would you say that, like, can you make a conscious decision to not do it? Or is it something that just becomes not a choice and you have to?
It's not that I necessarily have to, like, just to be like totally self-aware. I just don't think that, like, when it comes to that aspect, like, I just don't have the self-control, and it, like, in my mind it makes me feel like I have to do it even though I don't have to do it. And like it's like a thing, it's like the mind kind of caters towards what you're addicted to, so it doesn't really help.
I also think being able to acknowledge that is one of the first steps into making a change.
I think
Yeah, I think there's always choice.
Yeah.
people turn to porn, OnlyFans, all that stuff. They turn to that for different reasons. They really, to your point as the host, it's a psychological thing, I think, a lot of the time, and understanding the triggers too. Sometimes there's triggers that cause people to turn to those as almost like an outlet. I also didn't mention my fiance was I saw someone in the chat mention like cam girls. He was also very much talking to cam girls on the webcam with them. If that gives anyone hope that men can change, and people could call his bluff on here all they want, but it really is possible. What do you think as the host? This is my first time talking on here, but I watch you here and like once in a while. What do you think are the three biggest things? You said like therapy or like someone in the middle to mediate and help you understand. What are the other two things that you would suggest for anyone struggling to help them get through if this is like a serious addiction for someone else?
Yeah, great question. Some sort of one-on-one work that can be therapy, coaching, counseling. If you're a person of faith, it can be meeting with a pastor or something like that. Some sort of deep one-on-one work where you're really diving into what got you to this place in the first place. People don't just wake up one day and be like, today is a great day to watch porn or cheat on my spouse. No, something happened along the way, and that story needs to be unpacked. The second thing is community. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. And the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection with other people. So you got to have some sort of deep dive one-on-one work, self-reflecting, inner work, healing the inner child, all that. 2, some sort of intentional community. And 3, what inputs are you putting in your brain? Are you reading good books about, whether it's just educating on porn or sex addiction? What is the pornography industry? How to have a healthy sexual relationship with your spouse or with another person? Even just like, just good content that you're putting in, watching good, healthy YouTube videos, things like that. Because what goes in goes out. Garbage in, garbage out. If you're watching porn all the day, guess what you're going to do in the bedroom? Treat your spouse like shit. 88% of porn scenes depict acts of physical aggression or violence. And we wonder why people do the things that they do. Because of what they're watching. So, some sort of one-on-one work, some sort of group work, and considering what you're putting in your brain. And to all those people who say horrible advice, thank you so much. Give me a different path for how to live life. So that's what I think, Danielle.
That's amazing. Okay, that's helpful. Do you think, I have one more question. I don't want to hog the floor here. It kind of slipped my mind. This is an interesting thing you have going on here. Do you think that men change when they really love someone?
That's
I want to answer that.
Okay, go ahead.
No, after you. You're going first. Sorry.
Well, do I think men change when they really love someone?
Yeah.
Define love.
Someone that you would literally die for, just could not see yourself losing, just love. pure love, Jesus love.
Yeah, well, I think
love.
it's that question you ask is a really deep question. First of all, can we just acknowledge that?
Oh yeah.
Right? It's like there's depths of love. Yeah, that's not a simple question. Okay, I mean, I can give you a short answer and say yes, right? But I think we're always like I'm always learning how to love my wife in different ways, and she's learning how to love me differently. And guess what? I screwed up all the time, and so does she. So a definition of love I like is the willful surrender of power for the sake of another. I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna let go of my power, my selfish desires for the sake of my spouse or for the sake of whoever else it is that I'm loving. So I think that when it comes to the place of my default being that more of the time, well, that's a great heart change, right? And that's for me what led me to my change. Is I'm like, Austin, you're kind of a douchebag. You're really not loving your wife well. Because if you were loving your wife well, you wouldn't be cheating on her with other women. So I got to let that go so that I can love her. Now, am I perfect at it? No. So that's a hard question to answer.
Yeah. Well said, though. Well said.
Well, you said like if a man really loves you, he'll change, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
No.
If someone really loves you, will they change?
I believe that they can, but it has to be true love. I think that like some people are just not right for each other, or maybe if they really do love you, it's just too late, and then you don't love them anymore, or you just kind of moved on from it. And for example, like for me, used to be I used to have a really big ego, and I'm still like I try to like humble myself and everything like that. In the beginning of my relationship with my girlfriend, like when I was 18, it was bad. It kind of shone in our relationship. But then when I realized that I was almost going to lose her because of me, I literally just decided to lock in and stop being like such a douche like how I always was. And yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely like you can change if you truly love someone. And also when it comes to like cheating, like if this person cheats on me, like once a cheater, always a cheater and stuff. And I'm not excusing cheating at all, but I would just like to say like you are very brave and you're very strong for forgiving him for that and having belief that he will change. Because honestly, for me personally, I wouldn't, but you are very like it takes a lot of strength to forgive.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I commend you for it.
Thank you. Everyone told me not to, and everyone will tell you what they think and what they would do. And, I think unconditional love, when you really love someone, I think everyone deserves a chance. If someone keeps breaking that chance, you have to obviously love yourself more and protect yourself. But when you really love someone, you give them that chance. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, and good pointing that out too. I mean, it really is an incredible act of love to do that, Danielle. Like I'm grateful my wife did that, and it's super hard. And like we talked about before, what's possible now in your relationship is so much better. When you can go through that, experience forgiveness, give and receive the forgiveness, it's like you get through this, you can get through anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so happy that you two got through that as well. It's really a powerful message.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Hey, Cairo Tattoos, are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just kind of waiting for my turn.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna just listen to everybody else. I feel like we kind of started talking about a lot deeper stuff. I had a couple questions. So are we talking about like in general? Like, are we allowed to pronounce it with a P? I mean, or do we have to call it corn?
I say
Just
porn.
a question. Okay, cool. So like, is porn cheating in general for everybody, or are we talking about like for people who have a problem, or
Well,
like just to
it
get
has,
like
it has to
specific?
be defined. What do you think?
I think in general, no, but I think there's a huge spectrum of it to where like it can be cheating depending
What
on
if
the
you're
individual.
what if you're in a relationship where the expectation is that you only have eyes for one another?
So that's again, I think that's very to me. Cheating is if you're doing something that your partner expects you not to do,
Okay.
and you agree to it.
All right. Well,
So
do you think that
to me,
by default, in a relationship, that most people would expect that their partner not masturbate while watching other people have sex, or do you think that by default most people would expect their partner to masturbate while watching other people have sex by default?
I think that it's not as black and white as that. I think that most people don't really think about it. I would
I'm just
say.
asking
I
for
know
you. What do you
personally,
think? What do you think most people would say would be the default position?
my position would be that it's not cheating and that it's
Okay.
you know
So
yeah.
so for you, if you were to get into a relationship and it was never discussed, you would feel you would have a clear conscience being in a relationship with a woman. I'm assuming you're heterosexual. I could be wrong. And
Right.
being in a relationship with a woman and then masturbating to other women, to you, you'd have a clear conscience doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not something I do on a regular basis. I think that it's generally just instinct for men to masturbate, just like in general. And
Okay,
porn is
let's say
something
that's
that's
let's say that's true. Is it still natural to be in a relationship and then in secret masturbate while watching other women have sex? Is that natural?
for me, it's never really been a secret because I think generally most women in a relationship with a man understand that men masturbate, and it's just kind of something
Well,
that goes understood.
hold on. You got to be really clear. When you say masturbate, are you implying that there's pornography involved or just masturbation?
I think both, like just in
Okay.
general, and most
Okay.
men use pornography as a tool for their masturbation. I think that's just kind of like how it
Okay.
goes. And I think with moderation, obviously, like if you have an addiction and it's being harmful to your like relationship, and it does affect how your sex life is with your partner, it affects how you treat them and stuff like that, then yeah, that's a problem, and I think it should be stopped.
Okay.
But I don't think inherently porn is cheating.
Okay. So in that scenario where you said your default would be that it is okay to masturbate while watching other women have sex when you're in a relationship with a woman, would you tell her about that or would you do it in secret?
So for currently in within the relationship that I'm in right now, I've disclosed that I do, I do watch porn from time to time, and that's just something that we do, and it's not really like it's not a secret. I don't think anyone, or I'm not gonna say I don't think anyone does, because I think it's a blanket statement, but I would assume that the majority of people who aren't addicted to pornography, who aren't addicted to masturbation, are comfortable that they watch porn if they ask. I think it's probably a little bit of an uncomfortable topic because it's like,
I think you're totally wrong on that, by the way.
really?
Total, 100%, man. I think most women actually feel the opposite. I think most women, at least in my experience, and I guess I have biased data because I talk to women who feel like they've been betrayed, but when they discover it, they're deeply distressed about it. They're in deep pain about it. They feel like they've been betrayed. And I find a lot of them, I mean, watch my lives, man. A lot of these women, they come on here being like, oh, I love that my boyfriend watches porn. I talk to them for 5 minutes and then they're crying because they reveal how they actually feel about it. They hate it.
I would say most of the women that I've talked to, most of the women that I've been in relationships with or dating or whatever, most of them watch porn themselves. So I don't think it's just strictly a male thing or a man thing to watch porn. I think that most women I know in
So how
general
do you
watch porn.
so how do you feel that when you're in a relationship, another woman is watching another man's eggplant and masturbating to it? It's probably bigger than yours.
Well, I mean, she's with me, so I care that. To be honest with you, it doesn't make me feel insecure in any kind of way.
Okay,
But that's
so
just me. I mean, I can't speak for other people, so I think it's very like subjective.
Does she ask for pictures of your eggplant?
Yeah.
Okay, you send them to her.
I mean, right now on our stage, no. I also don't ask for any pictures of her just because it's like we're still pretty early on. But I mean, I have sent them. You know, it's not something that's like scary to me. It's not really weird.
Hmm.
You know, in my just my opinion though.
Yeah. Okay. It's so funny. Where was I talking about it? Let me ask you. Let me ask the women a question here. Do you guys like receiving eggplant pictures? Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, yeah, I want people in the chat, but thank you, Danielle. Just yes, put it in the chat, yes or no. Like, yes, I like eggplant pictures, or no, I don't. There's one yes so far. 2 yeses, whole bunch of no's.
Okay, well, how about this? Let's ask the women in the chat. Have they asked their man for eggplant pictures?
So there's 2 yeses and probably what, 50 no's, maybe more. uh, yeah. Oh, there's another yes. Men think we do. That's exactly right, Jay. Men think that women like eggplant pictures. Why do you think people get extorted on sites like Chatterbait all the time?
Well, for the
It's
record, I want
terrible.
to clear something up. When
What?
you asked me if I've ever sent pictures, and I said yes, I've only sent them when they were specifically asked for. I don't just send.
I got you. I
Places.
understand that. Yeah,
All
I
right,
did
so
not.
let me make
I
that
did
very
not
clear. I'm
assume.
not a weirdo, I swear.
I got it. I did not assume you were just sending random eggplant pictures to people.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
One time, a friend of ours got a. They were remodeling their bathroom, and she got an eggplant picture from the contractor by accident. And after he sent the picture, he never showed up to finish the job.
mortifying.
Mortifying.
And you know, honestly, that one of the reasons why even when someone I'm romantically involved with and they ask me for them, I usually say no, I don't do that. The reason is because I don't know how far this is going to go, how long we're going to talk for, and I don't know who's going to be showing what or who's going to see it. So, like for me, I have to feel more comfortable with the person. If they ask me for it, then I'll send it after we have like some real like connection, and we have like an established situation that we both agree on that is going to be something. Then but that's that's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like the overwhelming answer is no. Few yeses in there. Someone said yes when I miss it. Yes to compare size, which he gauge size. Fascinating. All right.
I had a
What
question.
else? What else? Yeah. Go ahead.
I said earlier about how I went like cold turkey without watching porn and stuff. So like the hardest thing too was like I was trying to get away from like masturbation and just like anything that was relating to that area of my body. I wanted to get away from that, but the hardest thing was at the same time my girlfriend and I like are very like active and stuff. And it's not that I didn't want to, but it's like whenever like I don't how do I say it? Like it kind of gets me back to that mindset of like the release and everything like that. So like as a person that's in a relationship, like what am I supposed to do? Because like anything that I'm at a point where any sort of sexting, it reminds me of porn. So like where do I go from there?
Well, because sexting is porn.
No, I'm saying sex thing, like anything
Oh,
related
sex
to
thing.
sex.
Sorry, I thought you said sexting.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think you could do?
Well, I feel like if I just refused to have sex with my girlfriend, she would just feel like, like ugly or something's wrong with her. And like, I don't know.
How old are you?
I'm 20. She's 19.
Okay. So you guys are young. I'm not saying this because I think it's the answer for you, right? It's just a saying. Okay. If you want to do married people things, get married. Right?
Yeah. That's fair.
Once you start mixing bodies, it gets more complicated. Once you start mixing finances, it gets more complicated. Once you start living together, it gets more complicated. If you want to do married people things, get married. Now, I'm saying that it's a saying, okay, but it's also true. It makes you think, right? It's like, why are we doing this thing?
So do you think that like couples in general shouldn't have sex before they're married?
I think the data suggests that the less sexual partners, the higher chance of success for the relationship. I don't like speaking in shoulds, what somebody should or shouldn't do, but that's proven. The more partners, the harder it is to be in relationship, the harder it is to securely attach to somebody.
Yeah, that's fair. Damn, man. Like, well, I just like, so like, well, not what you think I should do, but like, just like, I guess, well, yeah, that's for lack of a better term. Like, what is your like advice to me then, like, as a 20-year-old guy? Like, I don't really know what to do because I can't, like, it's hard for me to just step away from porn and sex with like my girl and stuff. So like,
Well, number one, I would say quit the porn. The porn will ruin your life. Quit the porn. It's poison. It's cancer. It's ruining your brain. The male brain isn't fully developed until like age 26 or 27. You're hurting your brain. You only got one.
Yeah.
I believe the prefrontal cortex is fully developed at 23 to 25.
It's like 25, 26. It depends on what study. I read one the other day that said 27. I've heard like 23, but it's somewhere around there. Either way, this guy's 20, so his brain's not fully developed.
Yeah.
So if you love your brain, if you want to have a good, healthy brain, don't watch porn, especially in these developmental years. Because every time you watch porn, it's going to take more time to unwind that. You're creating neural pathways in your brain. You're ruining them. That's the bad news. The good news is that the brain science suggests it's a 2 to 5 year process to rewire the brain back to normal after a porn or sex addiction.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine like watching porn, you're making these grooves in your brain. Imagine you're walking through a meadow, you're like walking on the grass and beating it down, right? When you start walking new neural pathways, the good news is that those old ones can kind of regrow. Right? So number one, I would say do that. Stop the porn. Number two, like figure out what do you want in a relationship? Like, are you and her heading towards marriage? If that's what you're wanting.
Yeah.
And if so, okay, what's the plan here? And then, I have so many questions, right? But do you have a job? Are you in school? What's your career plan? Where are you going to live? Do you live with your parents? What's your plan for moving out?
Yeah. Is that a genuine question or just like in general?
Well, these are the questions I would ask a 20-year-old who's looking for advice. But yeah, it's a genuine question.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I'm living with my parents right now, and then I'm gonna just to save up for like college and stuff like that. I graduated from a 2-year, and I'm gonna transfer my credits to another school in Chicago and stuff. And I do have a job, but it's like not steady right now. I'm looking for another job. But yeah, and then my girl, she has a full-time job and she lives in an apartment right now.
Got it.
She's ahead of me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks as a man to admit that, but yeah,
it's not a race. It's not a contest. Feels like it. But yeah, Cairo, good to chat with you, man. Yeah, I mean, and so the opposite of addiction is not sobriety; it's connection with other people. I'm not saying you're addicted. You might be. I don't know. But like, who are you connected to? Are you surrounded by good people who are bringing you up instead of tearing you down? Because you're going to be a product of the people you hang out with. Your income will reflect that. The type of food you eat, the drugs you do or don't do, the amount you drink, the books you read. So surround yourself with good people.
What about like masturbating and just like fantasizing in general? Do you think that is the same thing as porn, or do you think that's just more of a trigger?
Well, that's a tough question. There's a link in my bio with my resources page. Go watch Dr. Trish Lee on YouTube. She has the best content, in my opinion, on the topic of masturbation. And to summarize it, is masturbating with fantasy it can be problematic. Right, but for you or for somebody who's in that, where you're watching porn, it's like quit the porn.
Yeah.
Start there. I mean, so.
Yeah. Man.
All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Danielle, do you want to share anything else?
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening and also just sharing everything. You're super inspirational. And I just hope I could give a little bit of hope to any, I'll say women, since I'm a woman, obviously, but any women out there struggling right now. It is possible. So
Yeah, totally.
to recover.
And I do want to just, I talked about my groups. My groups are helpful for people even if they've been clean for a year or two. I know you said your fiance or whatever has been clean, which is awesome. If he's not in community, it can be really helpful, whether it's my community or another community. So just want to throw that out there.
Absolutely. I'm 100% going to look into that. You've really taught me something, and that is, I think, the piece. He and we're little besties linked at the hip. We're little old people and young people buddies who just hang out together. I think the community is a great idea.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I want to go to bed, so I'll stay and hang out. If you want to come on, you need to give me a gift, like a galaxy. What did I get the other day? 12 galaxies, and I jumped in the pool, did a cannonball in my pool. I'm not going to do a cannonball tonight, but if you want to come on here and chat, I'd be happy to. But you're going to have to give me a gift. So far on this entire live, I don't push gifts that much. If you guys haven't seen, I've gotten 84 coins worth of gifts. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are dealing with porn or sex addiction or unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women dealing with betrayal trauma. We have groups that meet on Tuesday nights as well as Wednesday. If you've been betrayed and you feel alone, you feel lonely, you feel like you're the only person going through this, you're feeling like nobody understands your pain or your anger, or why did he do this, or what's wrong with me, or why did this have to happen, how can it change? It's so painful. Join our group. We meet on Zoom. The women's group is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday nights. It's a great group of women from all ages, all different walks of this, people in their early 20s to people in their late 50s. It's not free. It costs $99 a month. It's an hour and 15-minute Zoom call, and it is an amazing place to heal in community. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. My goal in the women's groups is to honor women in their story and empower them to make courageous decisions going forward. Honor women in their story, where they're at, and empower them to make courageous decisions going forward. It's $99 a month, Rena. There's a link in my bio to sign up for it. If you want to chat more privately, you can schedule what I call a discovery call, which is normally $50, but tonight it's $1. I'm going to change it back to $50 tomorrow morning. It's a 30-minute Zoom call where we just chat about your situation, if I can offer you any guidance to be on your way towards healing, whether that's joining one of my groups or doing one-on-one coaching or seeing a therapist. I have plenty of resources. Can you keep it $1, my husband and I? Well, Angela, you know me. Just if I change the price and you have a friend, just DM me and I can help you out. Yeah, $99 a month. It gets you the access to the group call, 1 hour and 15 minutes weekly on Zoom, as well as access to the private Discord community. I have a public Discord community, but there's a private section in there, both for the men and the women in the groups. The men's groups are, look, if you're like, hey, can you keep it $1? Just have them do a call. But here's the thing: if you're thinking that a $1 30-minute call is going to solve this, it's not. Okay, that's just like, hey, if you want to talk more. But I'm going to hear your situation, and steer you towards getting help, getting some sort of help, whether that's me, my group, my one-on-one coaching, encouraging you to finally call that therapist you've been wanting to call forever. A 30-minute call is not going to solve this, okay? So don't waste my time. Be like, oh, it's only $1, and then everything's going to be fixed. It's not. That's why I charge $50, because when I charge $1, people don't show up and they don't take it seriously. So no, I will not wait. It's $1 tonight. As soon as I wake up tomorrow morning, it goes back to $50. If he cares enough to fix his life for $1, he will care enough to fix his life for $50. Because here's the thing: solving this problem in someone's life will require sacrifice, time, and money. If you want to see what's important to somebody, follow the money. Follow the time. Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on getting help from. I literally asked somebody on one of my discovery calls today. I said, how much time and how much money have you spent on recovering from pornography in the last year? And this person said, well, I had one therapy session and he'd booked a call with me, so he spent $1. And I said, okay, how much time and money have you spent on porn in the last year? He said, well, at least a couple hours a week. And he only had spent a couple $100s in money. Okay. So if I were to look at your time and money, it would tell me what's important to you. What's important to you is being addicted to porn. What's not important to you is recovering from porn. And money's just one indicator. I do one-on-one coaching as well. Yes, I do. And that costs more than $99 a month. So look, it's just a fact of life. If you want to change your behaviors, you got to invest in it, time and money. So far, this problem has cost me a lot of money. Okay? A lot of money. I had a very high-paying sales job that I quit 7 years ago because I said, you know what? My life sucks. I need to live my life differently. So I quit my job and I took we'll just say the amount of zeros behind that number that this has cost me. There's a lot of zeros. And ask me if I would rather have the money or the life I have now. I would way rather have the life I have now. It's so much better. Now I'm ranting. The point here is, I don't care if you guys work with me or not. The point is, if you want change in your life, you got to go make change. Spend the time, spend the money, read the books. Do it. There's no better day than today. No better day than today. So anyways, if you're interested, you can schedule a discovery call, link in bio. You have to be 18 or over. All right. My actual unpopular opinion, sleep with separate comfort. That's actually a really good one, Krista. That would go really well in my head. Here's the difference between men and women. I'm going to rant here a second. When I roll over in bed, if the sheet's here and this is my body, I roll under the sheet. Okay? I roll under the sheet. When my wife rolls over, she grabs the sheet and rolls with the sheet, pulling it off of me. Okay, you see the difference? When I roll, I make sure the sheet stays on her. When she rolls, she takes the sheet with her, and then it comes off of me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Just roll under the sheet. We can both stay under the sheet while you roll over. Yeah, it's not that hard. If you're a sheet puller, you need a therapist. Stop pulling the blanket. Oh, now we got a little marital fight going on here. I love it. I love it. You need a therapist. Yeah, you need lots of help if you're a sheet puller. For $99, can you teach me how to make money instead? Sure. I'm glad you asked. I want to start like a sales coaching channel as well. I used to be in sales. You want to be my first client, Nene? Schedule a discovery call with me. Go pay $1. I'm serious. Go book a call with me. Well, I will spend 30 minutes with you to help you figure out how to make more money. Nene. Dr. Doug Weiss, who writes a lot of books about porn and sex. I see you, Taylor Kuhn. I'll bring you on here in just a second. Dr. Doug Weiss says that many men who when they get clean, they double their income because they figure their life out. It's great. The goal here is not to stop watching porn. The goal is to start living a flourishing, prosperous, inspired life. And stopping the porn is a great part of that. How many women do you just want a guy that doesn't watch porn? Or do you want a guy who is going somewhere? He has a purpose and passion. He's got a vision. He's got values. He loves well. He's a provider. He's a protector. And he doesn't watch porn. That's what you want. Did you want to come on here, Taylor Kuhn? I don't see your name in the list. If you want to come on, I will bring another guest on, but you got to give a galaxy. I don't see you here, Taylor Kuhn. Oh, you don't? Okay, you're just giving a gift. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go. You've got both. That's great, Krista. Where's the information about the neurological damages need to seen to someone? Just Google. Here's where you Google pornography, porn, addiction, CT scan, and you'll see the image that I'm talking about. Fight the New Drug is they've got good articles on that. A galaxy, that's crazy. Well, then don't give it. I don't care. I'm going to go to bed. You can hear me breathing. All right. Thanks for being here, everyone. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn and sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you want to join a group, schedule a call. Just do it or not. I don't care. Thanks for being here. It's always a pleasure. I have groups and do calls, and I love talking to people on TikTok. Fight the New Drug is the website. Fightthenewdrug.org. They're a great follow on Instagram and TikTok. We'll see you guys next time. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. Bye-bye.